A real 5x7 matrix can display numbers much more accurate. But this is actually an 18-segment fake matrix. Before we continue, here's a little intermezzo with other creative designs that I found on the internet. Let's talk about alternatives to the double square. This remarkable design was found on early Sharp calculators. It looks a lot like handwriting, but the 0 is half the height. It has 9 segments, but it also has an 8-segment and 7-segment version, in which case the 2 vertical lines are a single segment. It was used on a fluorescent display. For a reflective LCD, the font is too thin, but a bold version actually works quite well. It's a nice experiment to try and come up with an alternative to the double square. I kept ending up with something worse while seeing the double square reappear as I tried to improve it. It feels like a mathematical law. However, I came up with this 6-segment design that I call X. The 1, 4, and 0 are compromised. But other numbers look better, I think. A nice extra is that it can show an X and Y. This is a 7-segment version. By adding an extra middle segment, all numbers are now seamless. This alternative X design allows an extra segment on the right for a better 1. By adding an 8th segment on the left, you can also improve the 0 and actually display the entire alphabet. And of course, this concept also already existed somewhere in the 70s. This design with 6 segments I named Freeform. First I didn't realize, but it's again based on the X concept. Seeing it big like this, it looks quite cool. But how would it look in the real world? Well, what do you think? It doesn't fit the watch design. The double square might have had quite an impact on the edgy designs of the 80s. And by the way, it turns out again someone beat me to it, including various other creative designs. Displaying the 10 digits with less than 6 segments is near impossible. It can be done, but the readability suffers greatly, so it cannot really be done. At this point, you might as well use entirely different shapes with a label on how to read it. But using more segments is of course always an option. Take for example my no compromise 35-segment design, reminiscent of the complex segmented displays that were on certain trains and metros in Europe. This 13-segment display I call XO. It's meant as alternative to the 14-segment double square that cannot be bold, which makes it unsuitable for reflective LCDs. But XO is designed bold and all letters and numbers are practically seamless. However, again, not exactly without compromises. It only works well if the segment separation can be very tight. This lighter 15-segment version allows more flexibility for certain letters and symbols. I think this could have looked cool on a car radio in the 90s. What do you prefer for text? The 14-segment double square, my 13-segment XO, or a 15-segment 3x5 matrix? It has by far the most possibilities, but for some reason I don't know any device that used the 3x5 matrix. But let's not get into matrix displays now. Perhaps next time.